The record has started.
Just started.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter if everybody's ready. We're going here. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the OS Talk. Today is September 28th, and it is our interview with Evening. How are you doing today, Evening?
I'm doing quite okay.
All right, that's good to hear. And as always, we are joined with our co-host with Most Deadbeat. And I do have to say thank you so much for taking care of the interview with Jockids with Juan Crystal last week. Really helped me out there, and it is good to be back.
I'm being attacked by a small flying thing.
Yeah, I mean...
It disappeared.
That it did, and it looks like we're getting some highs to YouTube, so definitely really great to be back here. We won't take too much time, Evening. If you've ever seen the OS Talks, we'll get right into this. We're going to go over the first 10 questions we have for you now, and then we'll be opening up to community questions afterwards. So to start off things, how did you find out about us?
So it was kind of a long story. I was playing with my classmate was playing Osu, and I just saw him playing Osu, and I just, maybe it's a good game, and I just play it. Basically like that.
Yeah, so it was through word of mouth for the most part?
Oh, os? You wanted me to say os?
Well, I mean, it varies. I don't mind too much. But some people call it os, some people call it Osu. I called it Osu for a long time, and then Peps Man kind of beat it into my head that it's os, it's os, it's os. Pronounce it as os. You can't pronounce it as Osu, it's os.
Okay, it's os. No.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much for me. But, so yeah, as a friend showed it to you, did you have any kind of experience in other music games, or was OS one of the first ones?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of experience. My first rhythm game was actually O2 Jam. I played it for 1 year, and then I played Stepmania, and then I quit and just moved on to mobile games. Mobile games include Tap Tap and O2 Jam U. So yeah, and then I found out about OS.
That's awesome. I never really... I played Tap Tap Revenge, I think it was, which is another one of the mobile, like, off-spins. That's the 3-lane button mobile game, right? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it is. And Tapula shut down, so there isn't any more Tap Tap.
Oh, no. I haven't played it in forever, but I didn't know it was gone.
I think someone at my old work played something similar to that. I remember someone
That's
handed me a
crazy.
phone, and it was like a rhythm game with three lanes, so it might have been Tap Tap.
Yeah, I don't really know too many that were 3 lanes that weren't around the main Tap Tap. And then we got a lot of those pre-generated music games that came on mobiles back in the day too. But there was all kinds of different stuff. So moving on to our next question, then I'm going to let Deadbeat get the next 2 here. As an active member of the Mania community and as a mapper or modder, what inspires you to do the epic things that you do?
I just felt that, something is missing in Mania Maps when I first joined. It just doesn't have any variation. It doesn't have a lot of maps that play and enjoy well, so I kind of started mapping, and my first major map was Plus Danshi. I think, it has like 600 favorites, one of my most popular maps. So from then on, I just created more maps for people to enjoy. Yeah, and for modding wise, I'll say that is the satisfaction that people think that my mods are decent, and it helps them a lot, so I just kept on modding until I decided to become a Beatmat nominator, and here I am, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely shows. It helps out as well, and some of your maps have like some of the greatest variation. One of the main things we were talking about in the Mania World Cup when it came to mapping differences in like how diverse the actual map pool was with even our 4-key this year was really cool. And if not for you, we probably wouldn't have had some of the really neat differences in the map selection. So I really appreciate it, and I know that the community appreciates it. And as you said before, like, you know, you get a map with 600 favorites. That's not exactly an easy feat nowadays at all, especially for a different game mode. So you're definitely on the top there.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Neonet for showing me the Plus Dungeon song. If he didn't, Plus Dungeon wouldn't be here. Yeah, definitely shoutouts to Neonet.
I remember Neonet. I have not talked to him in a while though.
Oh, he's here. It's Nova Ryux.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's a name on Discord. Every time I see that name, it's like, who's this? Oh, it's Neonet. And then every time I forget again.
That happens. All right, moving on to the next ones. Deadbeat, take it away.
Yeah, so I was having to go at Neonet. So your Mania skill is hands down fantastic, but it wasn't always this way. How did you get started with Mania stuff? Aside from tap.
Oh, well, I first started playing the first few ranked maps, which was Only My Railgun. Yes, that was my first maps, and I played a lot of auto converts, shamefully, but I started to kind of like get to 5-star maps 1 year after I started playing, and I started to play more converts from other games to improve my skill. And mostly are just Stepmania converts for 4K and BMS converts for 7K.
I thought those were called dumps. Or am I thinking of something completely different?
You're thinking of something completely different.
Dumps are a style of mapping that requires you to just place a lot of ghost notes. Ghost note being notes that you don't place on a specific instrument. So that is just a general definition for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought for some reason it was like they dump the old map and then just dump it into Osmania and just call it done.
No, dump's a terminology that's been used from back in Stepmania times. At least as far as I know, it's definitely a style of mapping versus an actual conversion from a dump. Like, it's not like a literal data dump where like you're like, okay, I'm gonna take Silver Dream from Stepmania, grab it, and just plop it into Osmania.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought that's what a dump was. Like, I guess I was very wrong.
Yeah, I actually like to play dumps because they help me improve my speed, and they are generally speed oriented. So dumps are just, let's say you take a song that is basically drum and bass, and then you just put random 1/12s or 1/6, even though there are only 1/4 snappings. So that is basically a dump.
I like to think I'm getting better at Mania stuff, and here I am still making an idiot of myself.
No, that's okay. I mean, that's a common mistake, Deadbeat. It's not something you should be too bad about. Like, in all honesty, like the chat's saying, for the most part, dumps, just use it as the equivalent of overmapping. And that's kind of close to what it is.
I hate overmapping. It's so bad.
It's not as bad when it comes to Mania, if you ask me.
Yeah, I guess with Mania you can probably get away with it a bit more.
Yeah. All right. And then the next question, if you would, Deadbeat.
Yes. Which key mode do you feel best represents Osmania?
Key mode represents Osmania. It's a hard question because I would say that most of higher end Osmania content comes from Stepmania and, well, BMS files. It's really hard to put a key on Osmania itself because mappers are starting to kind of map these 5, 6, and 8, 9 keys just for rank, and they are pretty decent, I guess. I wouldn't say 4 key or 7 key represents Osumina most because what I've been playing is just Stamina converts and BMS converts from other games. Yeah, I think Osu is just very diverse in the key modes, and every key mode would kind of like. I think the best representation would be Osumina is quite diverse.
Yeah, I do think 7K and 4K are definitely up there in terms of best representing the game mode. Since that is generally what everyone plays.
I would like to see more 5 key love, but you don't see as much 5 key love.
We need more 2 key love.
1 key love is great. It's great. It's fun. Just tap 1 key.
It's like getting like really complicated stuff and throwing like 11 key.
Oh man, that actually kind of segues into our next question with the 1 key love. Having so much practice in a music game, and playing it quite a bit, I imagine your game time on us, like nobody actually wants to give out their like solid game time on this because it gets pretty ridiculous. But do you ever find yourself like tapping to the beat even when you're away from the keyboard? Has music games in general just made you a tapping type person, or would you say it doesn't really affect you too much?
I think this is like a rephrase of "Am I addicted to O's?" So
I wouldn't say it's like a complete addiction, but I know that as I map a lot and I listen to music a lot, and I play the game a lot, I've noticed like I tap, so I figured, you know, Osmania being one of the main game modes where you use your fingers and you're tapping to the beat a lot, practicing playing that, living that almost for a while, I gotta imagine like just sitting in the bus or waiting to go somewhere, you just like, do you just tap out songs that you've memorized, or how does that work?
Very big misconception is that Osumania players memorize maps. That is quite untrue. I just tap randomly to a song if I like it, and I kind of just imagine maps and see which song, you know, that's playing is suitable for a map. That is kind of what I do when I'm outside, I guess.
Okay, so there is a little bit of a tappy tap going on normally though?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, okay, so I'm not crazy. Whew! I thought I might have been a little crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to think the same thing.
Like, I don't know, man. I'll be just riding down the street, and if it's on my phone and it's a playlist on a song that I know, I'll literally just sit there. And you get some really weird looks, especially if you're using public transportation.
Can't confirm. I was sitting on a train, I was just like, I think I was just like tapping on my leg or something, and there was this girl or something like a couple of seats away just staring at me like I was crazy. I'm just like, God, what did I do? Please stop staring.
No.
They don't understand our pain.
No, it's totally okay though. I'll grab this other question and then Deadbeat you with the next two, and then I get the final two. Now, with this next one, some may know and others may not, but you are currently working with me on a time-lapse video, and I want to know, do you think things like this with time-lapse videos and explanations of patterns, do you think these really help newbie mappers?
I'll say that it might, because I think the explanation would be better if it wasn't time-lapse, but they just get the general idea on what to do, because the voice recording for the time-lapse is going to give some tips on what to do and what not to do during maps, and yeah, just general tips on that, and you'll see the map is quite interesting compared to ranked maps, and it is fully rankable, not an overmap map or a dump. So that's that.
It did actually look pretty cool, and once I got everything together for that first episode, getting to watch Mania, and Mania is a longer mapping process than Standard by far, and getting to watch that sped up definitely shows how much work is put into it. It's crazy. I can't believe you're able to get it done that quick after I like actually looked it over and saw all the work you had to do on that and how much testing is needed and stuff. It's awesome.
Oh, I think I forgot to mention that I created an SV tool. So what this does is that I just put in nodes and they just generate SVs for me. So this makes it 10 times faster for me to kind of create these SVs. Even, you know, if you were to do it manually, it will take 1 more hour compared to what it is now. So.
Oh man, that's crazy.
You have a tool to generate SVs.
Yeah, previously I used Google Sheets to generate SVs because I'm really good at Google Sheets, so I just did that. Yeah, and it works,
really
so it's fine.
About how many SVs you put in your maps.
Yeah, one of my maps had 23,000 timing points.
Oh
so,
my god. That hurts.
Because no, that's no problem.
Pretty sure you saw in the MWC, it is singularity.
That actually hurts.
It doesn't hurt that much. At least optimization for the client has gotten way better. I mean, if he had tried to do 23,000 timing sections like 2 years ago, he probably would have exploded the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, if you looked at it in an editor, you might crash the game, so...
Oh, for sure. I have no doubts about that.
Because it goes to negative SV, and the maximum SV, I believe, is around 100,000. I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, the client doesn't like to be told to do stuff it's not used to. The unknown scares it.
I imagine it would.
Alright, let's go ahead and move on to that next questions. You've got the next 2 deadbeat.
Yeah, so, who would you say is one of your biggest influences in the mainnet community? Like mapper, GMP, modder, player?
I'll say like when I started off, I believe, the Singaporean friends. So that's to list Neonat, Koraquet, DJ Nightmare, and well, some CDH Sausage Boy, and well, it's just a lot of people I couldn't really remember. Just helped me started out as a mapper, and for the newer ones, I would say Shoegazer, Squid. Squid is from Stepmania. Mina, which is from Stepmania 2. Purpose. Man, I can't remember everything. Yeah, hold on, let me get a list actually.
Yeah, do you remember DJ Nightmare? He was commentator for the Suzuki World Cup last year, and I think he's done a few skins as well, and some pretty awesome storyboards.
Yeah, definitely. Well, okay, so I have a list, which is in no particular order: Hydra, Nevradu, Aga, Billiamoto, Fullerene, Gekiro, Paracore, Pope Gadget, Valedict, Master Sonic 10, Torn Spirit, Lane, Lord Reka, Spoon Guy, Zeo Styles, Nova, YT, Yoshi Love, Halogen, Cadmium, 113, Tidek, and Archer Love. Excluding the ones I've said before, so...
You know,
it was
cool
good that I knew most of those names.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's like, man, I was about to say he's going to list off this huge list of people I have no idea about, and I actually know quite a few of them, so that is pretty awesome.
That feeling when none of them were staff.
Oh yeah, and Jacquard's, Jacquard, your maps are pretty interesting, though they haven't really influenced my mapping style yet, so I'll be looking forward to most of your maps, because they are pretty interesting.
That was a fancy way to be wrecked. He wrecked you fancily. But
it was actually a compliment.
Awesome.
But...
Yeah, it is. It is a compliment. But, you know, it's us. We have to say everything's wrecked. I mean, it's not right if we're not saying it's wrecked. All right. Let's see here. Oh, this is going to be a good one, Deadbeat. Go for it.
Oh,
definitely
right,
hear
yes.
this.
This question. If you're a different day, what's one thing you'd like to change in Northmania?
If I were to be a developer for it, I would say that the main priority would be Osumina rates and a fixed hidden. So that means the hidden wouldn't really go upwards if you gain combo. And also adjustable flashlight covers would be great. And yeah, these are the main things that you know they're on my priority list if I were to be a developer.
Like our star rating was nowhere in that. It's just like it's screwed. It's beyond 15. Won't even bother.
I'm talking. I don't really want to go too in depth about star rating, but the problem with star rating in high-end maps is that because maps test different skill sets in Mania. So let's take 7K for example. I'm going to use some terms that you might not understand, but just take that as different skill sets. So for 7K, there will be streams that, there'll be maps that test rolls, streams, and basically most speed stuff. And there'll be maps that test jacks. So if you want to put a specific number to both of these skill sets, it's quite hard because you have to go into two different values here. But the problem is that it's not simple as putting two values to it. You have to put multiple values because the jacks split up into control and vibro and consistency jacks, and it just keeps on going, and you really can't put a value that everyone in the community can agree with.
I suppose that's kind of where the dance system then comes into play.
Yeah,
we were talking about that during the Jackass interview.
Oh yeah, Jackass managed to clear Zenith, which is quite amazing because I never thought that anyone could actually get an A on that, and he managed to do 96 that, which is very, very impressive.
It's kind of scary.
It's super scary, in all honesty.
I don't think I'll fully understand just how scary they're until I actually see the map.
Yeah. Just to put it in comparison, no one has cleared Azimuth and Gamma, which are the previous two dans.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's legit deadbeat. It's super
He's a bit
legit.
ahead then.
Yeah. Alright.
Koreans are a bit crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I managed to get replay footage for his talk last week, and I made sure to go grab all replays from him. And that alone was pretty nuts. Like, just watching his replays through it. His accuracy and his hit ratio is just out there. Sometimes I feel like he is like 50% machine, at least. Some of the combos are just absolutely insane. That being said, though, we do want to get to the community questions as quickly as possible, so let's get on with that with our next two questions.
As quickly as possible. They can wait. We don't need big questions.
Yes, tell that to all the people that are here that might have questions for evening. But while you create sets for Mania, have you ever thought about other modes? And if you do have some maps in other game modes, can you tell us about them?
Oh no, it's a really bad experience when I started the map standard because what I'm very critical about is the slider shape, and I tend to spend 10 minutes per slider, and that is a big problem when I map standard. So I didn't really finish a map for standard basically. I just felt that it's pretty interesting to kind of play with, but I never really, invest the time into creating a standard map. As for CTB, I never touched it. For Tycho, I mapped some, but it was really a long time ago, and I never really played Tycho, so I just kind of dropped Tycho as a mapping hobby entirely.
I can understand that. Would you ever see yourself going to standard mapping if you were able to get over the slider thing, or do you feel like it's just something where it's personal preference on how well you want it to be, and if you can't get it to that level, it's just too big of a time sink?
what I like to do during mapping is to be able to test my maps, and I'm really bad at standard, so I don't see myself mapping standard because I rather map harder maps. So the problem is that I can't even play my harder maps in standard, so I don't think I'll be going into standard. Yeah.
I can understand that, and for all those standard fans out there, you're just gonna have to deal with it. But I could totally get behind that. As I've been trying to I tried to create a catch the beat difficulty not too long ago, and I started learning this stuff with that. And I agree with you there. While it's fun to play around with in a mode that you're not familiar with, when it gets to the actual playtest and stuff like that, if you can't do it, it gets kind of disheartening. And you don't want, I never like to make anything that I can't pass myself, or at least have some type of understanding towards. So I could definitely get back behind your decision on not really wanting to mess with that too much. And our last physical real question, because we're going to skip over the fact that Deadbeat didn't write any questions here, guys. And we're going to go, were you happy?
The one time I don't write a question.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You did not a single question. That's all.
I still have one to ask later.
Oh, I know, and by all means, feel free to. But our final question for you evening is, were you happy with the outcomes of the Osmania World Cup 4-key, and previously, if you want to go into it, the 7-key the year before?
Oh, I can't wait. I can remember 7K a little bit, but I'm going to talk about 4K first. So what I liked the most about the World Cup would be the diversity of the map pool. Yeah, it really tests players on all their skills, and you really can see the time investment you need to be able to rise up in ranks. Rise up to the challenge, you know. And
yes.
One thing I kind of feel bad is that people have to face Korea because they're just way too good. But what I believe is that if players can get hold of the flashlight hard rock bonus, as you can see, the finals, I don't think anyone in the finals actually played flashlight hard rock, so I think they can utilize that to kind of win Korea. But that is a bit of a it's a bit of a stretch right now, so I wouldn't say that they can beat Korea. But well, miracles happen.
Yeah, that's true. I'll agree with you on the diversity of the map pool this year. Being the one that had to set up the map pool showcases, I got to check them, and luckily, thanks to awesome people, I had lots of detailed notes and information on them, and I got to learn quite a bit about high-end Mania mapping that I did not know about. And one of the things I did notice is that we did see a large difference from last year to this year in terms of diversity and technicality. Last year, it was more along the lines of really simple stuff, not too many SVs, not very many things that visually jarred you up. And this year, well, that went straight out the window. As you could see, we had tons of SV maps, we had long note picks, we had bursty picks. There was all kinds of different skill sets being tested this year. And in terms of Mania, I'd say that this year was one of the most diverse and fair map pools. Now, right before the grand final map pool, I will agree that the map pool right before that was that's the first time it's dipped in quality, in my opinion. The
semi-final one?
Yeah, you feel free to disagree or converse with me on that, but I feel like...
I think when we were asking other people the same question, they actually said that the semi-finals was the weak point of the map pools.
Yeah, and it was just... The group stage was pretty strong, round of 16 was really great, but the semifinals was just kind of and then the finals picked it back up. But what do you think about that evening? What were your thoughts on the map pool as a whole? What did you feel was the weakest stage?
I didn't really look deep into the map pool. I think all the map pools have done their job in kind of pushing players to the limits, and you know you have done your job right if people complain about the map pool, basically.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I just didn't understand why they put in such a long song.
Oh, I'm not sure about semifinals. I forgot what's the pool.
What was the name of it, Deadbeat?
Sorry, what?
What was the name of the song? It was like 7.5 minutes.
Oh, Apparition.
Apparition.
Oh yeah, Apparition. That was.
Yeah. That was
I think
so
that's pretty
fun,
fun.
wasn't it? That was just the greatest.
I think we had to like watch that. We had to watch it at least once. I don't remember if we saw it twice though.
Dude, Fastest Crash was amazing. But I don't know. It's just Jock is I could feel the enthusiasm coming out of your text.
Fastest Crash was the worst map in the map pool, as in it plays really, really badly. So therefore, it's really hard.
Exactly.
I do kind of want to ask something while we're on the topic of Mania.
Go for it, Debbie.
Finals tiebreaker. The Camellia map. Something universe, something stuff.
I can fly in the universe.
If I remember correctly, you were asked to actually custom make that for the tiebreaker.
Oh no, I forced them to put my tiebreaker in.
Ah, so it's that way.
Wait a
Okay.
Hold up, wait a second. How did you force this?
Oh no, I just asked them if I make a map, would it be a tiebreaker? And they say there's a chance. So I made it really, really diverse, and well, it's pretty hard.
Oh, so
That's
that's how it went
awesome.
down. I thought they actually asked you to make one for them.
Oh no, I just felt that, something was off.
It's like, let me do this. Trust me, I've got it.
And that boys, I got this. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah,
How long did
it
it
took
actually-
around 1 day to finish the whole thing
Oh,
because I
damn.
was quite motivated.
That's impressive. Like,
Are you kind of disappointed that it was never played then?
Oh, they did actually at the end.
They did the exhibition of it, but it was never really played in a tiebreaker situation.
Oh yeah, it was.
okay.
It was still a bloody good map though.
Very much so.
Oh,
Alright.
thanks.
It was kind of exactly what you wanted from a grand finals tiebreaker.
Just unfortunately, we didn't get a grand finals tiebreaker because Korea's strong. They just destroyed everybody.
North
Our
Korea.
hopes and dreams.
Korea just
But-
too
Jackass
strong.
just sit out. Jackass just sit out. The whole Korean team just sit out, please.
Oh man. All right. wait, what was that image that just went on? What?
I feel disappointed now. Just gonna leave. Obviously not
Oh, God.
appreciated.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm sorry. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay. Anyways, all right, evening. Thank you so much for the main questions here. And now, what everybody is ready for, we have community questions coming up here. We're going to take them just like we always do. If you have a question you want to answer in voice, make sure to let us know there. And if you want to ask it in text, go ahead and ask it down there, and we will read those off to evening as quick as we can.
Looks like Yonka
can't
has
wait.
the first question, I think.
All right, and go ahead and give that up for her and take it away.
Hello, Yonka.
Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
Hello.
So I assume that Discord didn't try to auto-mute me again.
Nah, you're
No,
good.
you're
I
good.
was making sure about So hello to evening and to the two lovely hosts, as always.
Oh my god, hello.
And so my question is, so evening, when you're not furiously making legendary Mania maps, what other hobbies do you have?
Playing Osu. And staring at the desktop screen.
Oh, that last one hurt a bit too much.
the last one hit me right in the feels.
Oh, and Clicker Heroes.
There we go.
Of course. Of course.
I was wondering when that would show up in a Nos talk.
And RuneScape.
Oh, Jesus.
RuneScape.
Okay.
Wait. Do you play like 07scape or do you play the new RuneScape? It's a serious question.
I think he's dodging.
Wait, what was the question?
Do you play old RuneScape or bad RuneScape?
New RuneScape. Because
why?
because I couldn't connect to the old RuneScape.
Not like this.
That makes sense then.
You're missing out on some good stuff. Like the graphics for the old RuneScape are still kind of crap, but it's still so much fun to play.
Oh no. Anyways, Kianko, anything else to add on to that?
No, that was it. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting it to be as anticlimactic.
Oh,
as
it's
it
all good.
was.
It's all good.
I was just like, ooh, I bet Evening does some really cool things, and I mean, he plays Clicker Heroes, so I mean, that was an okay response.
Well, like, Clicker Heroes is not really a cool thing.
So
Alright.
cool.
Don't worry, I've fallen victim to it as well.
We do have a written question here for Jackods. They ask, how did you get your in-game name, Evening?
Oh, it's quite of a personal question. Someone gave the IGN to me, and I thought it was pretty good. So, well, the person was from some other rhythm game that I used to play, which is Audition. So yeah, that's how I got my name, Evening.
It's a very interesting name to be suggested.
Very much so. We also have another one from from the Lolly. They're asking, what type of do you watch anime, and if so, what are your favorites?
I don't watch anime.
Oh,
Oh, that was anticlimactic as well.
all
Have
right.
you thought of watching any anime, or does it just not appeal to you?
Oh, I just don't really like movies with plots. I just don't really like anything that has a plot inside. And anime, I just don't find anime as appealing as, movies, like real life movies.
Ooh. Not to piggyback off their question, but like, did you personally like any of the Sherlock Holmes movies?
I've never watched Sherlock Holmes.
Not a Robert Downey Jr. fan? And before, no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
Totally okay. All right. Do we have any more physical questions in voice for anyone here? And no, I've never considered ASMR with my voice.
Have you made any maps that had an influence on you to change your own mapping style further?
Well, I like to kind of create these experimental maps just to change my mappings and just to experiment with different mapping styles. I would say that I'm not sure if I can say this in the chat, but CLO's FU is one of my first experimental map with dumps, and that changed my mapping style to being a dump.
I'm surprised that you brought up the dumps again. I thought we'd seen the last of those.
Oh, because I usually map dumps nowadays. Yeah.
Moving away from do you still keep the SVs and all that sort of stuff in them?
Oh, for SVs, I would say that Planet Shaper was one of the maps that kind of changed my mapping style. So yeah.
I honestly did not expect you to be one of the mappers who enjoys doing dumps though. That is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, because one of my major aspects in mapping would be playability, and dumps are something that creates really hard maps, but they are really fun to play. So that is one of my influences and one of my mapping styles nowadays.
Okay, here's actually a pretty interesting question. Why do you like to map Camellia, and why are they always turning out to be so good?
Why do I like to map Camellia? It's because I really can't find other songs that sound like Camellia. I would map orchestral, I would map jazz, but they just don't really fit into, you know, a hard map category and something that I would really dump and map. While I rather just listen to them. And why they turn out so good, I'm not too sure why, but maybe because I mapped it, I guess.
It's good because I mapped it, that's why. Like I said, I don't think I've actually seen many jazz maps in Oz. Definitely a rare occurrence, that one. Have you tried to fully map a jazz map?
I mapped Suikin Kutsu. I'm not too sure what's the name, but it's from Tokyo. Wait, that's ska. Jazz maps. I'm not too sure if I have mapped any jazz maps actually. I only mapped ska maps, which is, you know, similar to jazz.
I love that you love ska.
That image in chat though.
Do I get to answer these random questions real quick?
I'm sure if you want.
Okay, so where is it? Nasi lemak or chicken rice? Nasi lemak. And how decent are you at Taiko and CTB? Also, I'm pretty okay at Taiko, and CTB I just suck. And can I cook? I can cook cereal.
Does it catch on fire?
Well, no, not exactly sure, because, I mean, I qualify oatmeal and stuff like that as hot cereal, so, like, you can cook cereal, but I just imagine, like, a big old bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, sticking it in the microwave.
See, every time I picture
thought...
someone talking about cereal, my mind just defaults to the Homer picture of him standing in front of, like, the cornflakes, the bowl, the milk, and the fire.
Oh, I thought cooking was just adding edible stuff into edible stuff.
Well, I mean, in a sense, yeah.
I imagine you dropping cereal into the microwave.
No, I would never put cereal in the microwave. No, it's not something I would do.
I suppose, like, with some... I suppose not cereal, but you can cook breakfast and stuff. I kind of want to cook, like, a big old breakfast now, god damn it.
Alright, do we have any more vocal questions from anyone here? Would love to take them. Just let us know if you have a voice question you want to voice out.
Have you actually tried to cook anything else, though? Like, tried to get into cooking proper stuff?
Well, what?
Have you tried to actually get into cooking proper meals and stuff, or not really?
Oh no, I just eat cereal and just go to the supermarket and buy more cereal. I think that's okay, I guess.
I'm not sure okay is the term I'd use, but whatever works.
Do you like Raisin Bran or like cornflakes?
Oh, anything that tastes sweet, I guess. So, yeah, chocolate. Chocolate is just my default cereal.
Oh man, I used to like chocolate cereal a lot, but like as I got older, I don't know if it's so much me not liking it anymore. It's just my stomach not liking to agree with it as much. But milk in general, like I'm lactose intolerant, unfortunately. So, luckily, my girlfriend introduced me to like this really sweet almond milk stuff that I get on the regular now. So thank you. Shout out to Kiyako there for turning me on to something that doesn't make my stomach explode.
That being said, the chick spam is real.
Just to answer Connor's question, yes, I am planning to rank KYAFA, which is a stamina map, 4K. And what's one of my favorite cereals? I don't really have a favorite cereal, actually. I have never heard of Chex in Singapore, so I have no idea how it tastes like.
Chicks isn't actually that bad. I used to eat it quite a lot.
Yeah, it's just basically like a corn. I don't know if it's corn, but they have wheat checks and stuff like that. I know you guys aren't talking about the same checks.
Yeah, we're talking about two different things. But yeah, chicks itself as a breakfast wasn't actually that bad.
Do I what?
Yeah, we removed that one.
Yeah, just ignore that one.
Filters. Yes, rip indeed. Okay, so if we don't have any more vocal questions, which I really feel like we should. We got quite a few written ones though, which is awesome. But come on, guys, don't be shy. Anyone, you can have a question. He's already put on the table that personal questions are fine as long as they're not too, like, you know, crazy. All right, level 51's got a question for you. And same with
Fullerton first. Would you consider mapping on stream or break down an existing chart as commentary?
I would consider, but I have no idea how to set up a stream, and I have no video editing tools to be off stream.
I can teach you.
He would.
Like, if you seriously want to like run streams or something, I could, if you wanted to, I could show you how to set up OBS in like under a day and get you all set up on stuff like that.
That'd be great. We'll see.
Don't use Windows Movie Maker though, please. Just no.
Yeah. OBS is like seriously the most user-friendly stream software I've ever used. I've used XSplit. I've used the little built-in streaming softwares that Livestream used to give you back when Livestream was viable. Does anybody remember Livestream?
Nope.
No, I said XSplit.
I used to XSplit for a bit and then I just stopped and just went straight back to OBS. OBS is great.
Just to answer Love 51's question, ideal first date would be with an anime girl.
But you said you don't watch anime.
For now, ideas from SV came from where it came from my brain.
These answers are so good. Like, I don't think that could be any more literal.
Oh, and I don't watch anime, but I see a lot of anime avatars, so...
Ideal anime waifu then. I gotta know.
Ideal anime waifu would be alive.
God damn it.
And real, but animes aren't real, so...
I think we actually have someone wanting to do a vocal question.
Oh man.
Also, I think we finally broke each up.
For Nova Rux or Neonat, probably never.
Oh god, this is great. Oh man.
Man, for EXC, when will I rank your map? Probably never also.
Struggling to keep up with it, where all these questions actually are. Oh god. Okay, I do think Rave had a question. Do you have a question, Rave? I think you
Aren't you supposed to be at tuition?
Okay, Rave is gonna ask a question, so we'll unmute him. Hello, Rave. Oh, you're in a car.
Hello?
Hello.
Wow, so Singaporean.
Yeah, I'm in a car. Okay, my question is, if you had to quit Oz forever, what would you do?
Nothing lah.
Literally nothing?
Seems legit.
I would play idle games, unfortunately.
That kinda hurts. I think a lot of people will actually play idle games.
Alright, thanks for your intriguing answer.
And Maple Story, maybe.
Ooh.
Oh man, Maple Story.
I think you just said Dietrich right in the fields there.
I'm totally down. I used to play on private servers after, like, leveling became absolutely ridiculous. Well, I mean, no, it got absolutely easy. Like, nowadays you can go from level 1 to, like, 80 in no time. And back in the day, that used to be a grind. That used to be a legit grind. What, you can go 1 to 80 or 1 hour now? Is it seriously gotten that bad?
I actually never played MapleStory. Like, a few friends of mine played it and tried to get me involved, but at that point I was just playing RuneScape and I couldn't really be bothered swapping over.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Was that a bad decision?
No, not that. I'm just saying, like, they're saying, like, now you can go from 1 to 80 in almost nothing. And back in the day, 1 to 80 used to be like half a lifetime.
Oh, damn. We do actually have some more questions for Evening when he gets back, so I guess for now we'll just wait.
Here.
Okay, cool. There was one question, where was it? Would you rather chat on Oz in-game or stay on Reddit?
As for Reddit, Reddit has very interesting posts. As for the channel also, it's quite interesting too, but not in a good way.
Okay.
Unless you mean game Reddit, then I'm not too sure because everything is standard there and I can't understand anything.
Fair enough. There was actually another question here. Is there a third language you'd like to learn?
I wouldn't really try to learn a third language because my second language is actually Chinese and has given me hell. So if I had to choose, I would choose Korean.
Interesting choice. Why Korean?
Oh, because there are a lot of mania Korean players and talking to them would be nice.
I could actually totally understand that.
And then we have another question here. Life or cereal?
What is that question?
It's just, would you choose life or cereal? It's from EXE.
But cereal is life.
Oh, man.
That one and the same. I'm actually curious though, what made you pick up Chinese?
Oh, I'm forced to pick up Chinese because I'm actually Chinese.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense then.
Oh boy, I'll allow that question. Oh.
Which
I guess I don't. I don't know. It's gone. Proof.
As for Beat Breaker's question, Mandarin. And level 51's question, ideal interview question, would be not asking me anything.
Ouch.
Oh,
Just kidding,
man.
just ask me anything.
This should just be called Evening Featuring Savage Talk. There we go. Perfect.
It's
title
more
for
like
this.
evening is very tired.
Oh, I don't blame you there. All right, guys. So we're going to take last calls for questions. So if you have any written questions, go ahead and get those out now. If you don't have any more, or if you have a voice question, definitely get your hands up. Let us know that you want to be unmuted for voice. Just save your deleted question till the after party. Like, I'm pretty sure he won't mind answering those questions
Here's
for
something
just a
interesting.
few moments.
Thoughts on the current BN team?
Oh my god, okay. I'm not too sure if I can talk about the BN team because I'm not too satisfied with some people, and some people yeah, I just feel that they do a great job, but I wouldn't really name any of them. They will know themselves if they started to look back on what they post before actually posting replies on certain maps. But I'm pretty sure they will learn their lesson through that. So yeah, for all BNs out there, make sure to read your post again before you start to post something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't fully realize what they're posting. and they just post it out, and then it does not end out well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's even worse when people fully know what they're doing and still just go ahead with it anyway.
I'm just gonna answer these questions real quick.
Oh yeah,
So,
go for it.
do you have any money right there? No. Do you want a nail clipper? Prefer vacation is to wait. Vocation? What's vocation? What is vocation? I've never heard of that word.
I've heard
Anyone?
it before, but now I can't actually remember.
Oh no, disaster.
We'll come back to it later.
For Zaphirox, I'm interested how to live like a Singaporean. You study until you get good grades, and then your parents are proud of you, and they won't kick you out of the house. What did your in real life friends think of you playing Osu? Oh, they just don't care after like 1 month. Inaba, yup. Should I move to Singapore? If you're coming to Singapore as a tourist, I would say no, because the prices here, if you are, being a tourist, it is crazy high. You'll see, as I've told you, the ice cream and chicken rice prices are just absolutely crazy. Moving to Singapore is a decent idea, though. I think Singapore is a decent place if you are a permanent resident. And as for Jakarta, what's the hardest part being BN? Would be to reject people's requests, because I'm personally somewhat a nice guy. I don't really want to reject everyone, but sometimes I just have to, make the move of rejecting them so that I don't get overloaded with requests.
Yeah, it always feels bad being a nice guy and then having to be like, well, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Please don't hate me.
And Neonat Army, I'm not too sure what is that question, but NS is okay, I think. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I have nothing else to do. Job is sitting at home.
That sounds like a pretty good job.
Yeah. For Beat Breaker, isn't that all of Asia? Kinda, but well, I haven't been around Asia, so I'll say only Singapore.
Actually, the question: if you were to travel anywhere, where would you go?
Oh, I would rather stay in Singapore because I'm really afraid of plane flights. Yeah.
I can kind of understand that. Like, I've done quite a bit of traveling, and the thing I really just do not like about flying at a plane is the landing. I hate landing on a plane.
Yeah, that's like the worst part. Takeoff, kind of a little spooky, but the landing is probably the
I think
airplane food.
I don't even care airplane food. It's like, because when I went to Europe back in like 2001, 2002, when we landed, I think it was in like France or something. The actual landing on the plane was super rocky, and like we landed on 2 wheels, and like the first maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds of the landing was just the plane bouncing.
Do you get the plane drift though?
I don't think so.
The plane should drift.
No, dude, if a plane drifted, I'd probably crap my pants.
I love the idea of like a plane just like landing and then just doing donuts.
No.
Everyone's outside
Muffled
just like,
Euro
what's
beat.
that plane doing?
That's literally what you'd hear.
That is quite accurate.
It'd be terrifying.
As for Orion's question, vocation in NS, I have no idea what I'm going to expect in NS actually. So yeah, I'm just going to go with the flow.
I think we'll end this on the plane drifting and crashing. I think that's a pretty good stop point, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, we'd like to thank everyone that came out today. Thank you so much, Evening, for spending some time with us. We are going to wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions for Evening before he gets up out of here, you're welcome to do that after we're done here. And remember, these usually take about 3 to 5 days to get up on YouTube, so we will see you guys soon. And remember, Rhythm's only a click away. and we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
I just realized I missed Fuller's question.